Breaking news. Ukrainian film captures Avenger air defense system in operation, supplied by the United States. There is footage going around online that seems to show the Avenger air defense system in action in northern Ukraine. This is happening when Kyiv is dealing with the almost daily missile and drone attacks from Russia. A short video from January 5, provided via open-source intelligence accounts and uploaded to the messaging app Telegram by a Ukrainian military film channel, shows the 1,129th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment of Ukraine using what appears to be an Avenger system near Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. The footage seems to depict the system destroying a Russian Shahid kamikaze drone with a Stinger missile. Newsweek emailed the Ukrainian military for response after being unable to independently confirm the clip. As part of its several military aid packages, the United States has supplied Kyiv with at least 12 Avenger air defense systems. The first of these systems arrived in the war-torn nation in April 2023. Ukraine has constantly asked its Western supporters to increase its supply of air defense capabilities in order to withstand Russian missile and drone attacks, even though this has been the primary focus of aid for the country. Midway through November 2022, the United States government revealed a $400 million aid plan that included Avenger air defense systems and Stinger missiles for Ukraine. The Pentagon asserted at the time that Ukraine would be able to defend its personnel and vital infrastructure from Russian helicopters and drones with the help of 4 air defense systems, an integral component of Ukraine's air shield to defend Ukrainian citizens. President Volodymyr Zelensky praised the systems and Stinger missiles. A common mounting point for the Avenger on Humvees is a system of short-range surface-to-air missiles and guns. It is meant to be utilized in all weather situations and even in the dark, and it is incredibly transportable. With its .50 caliber automatic machine gun and 8 Stinger missiles, it is rather formidable. But it's not protected by armor, thus it can get hit easily. From man-portable systems to the Patriot missile defense system, which can intercept Russia's hypersonic Kinzhal missiles, Ukraine has a range of air defense capabilities. Russia has regularly attacked Ukraine in airstrikes, employing a variety of missiles and suicide drones developed by Iran, in preparation for what they believed would be an uptick in Russian bombings throughout the winter. Ukraine had requested additional air defense systems. Extensive strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure and industry have been carried out by Russia, especially after December 29, confirming their forecasts. According to a statement made by Ukraine's top soldier, General Valery Zaluzny, Moscow initiated a massive attack on Ukraine in the wee hours of Monday morning. According to him, all 8 Shahid drones and 18 of the cruise missiles were intercepted by Ukrainian air defenses. Over the course of the night, Russia carried out 59 missile and drone attacks. In general, and especially when employing Patriot batteries, Kyiv's success rate in intercepting approaching Russian missiles is substantially greater, according to a post by missile expert Fabian Hoffman on Monday on X, formerly Twitter. These successful missile raids can likely be attributed to Russia saving up hard-to-intercept missile systems over the last few months and Ukraine not having enough missile defense systems in place to defend geographically dispersed high-value targets. The slower-moving Shahid drones are more amenable to intercept by Ukraine's air defense systems or large-caliber machine guns compared to ballistic or cruise missiles. This past week, a senior commander in northern Ukraine issued a warning, assuring that the country's man-portable air defense systems have sufficient ammo to withstand the next few powerful attacks. According to Serhiy Nayev, commander of the Joint Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and supervisor of mobile air defenses in northern Ukraine and Kyiv, Russia is trying to weaken Ukraine's air defenses, as reported by Agence France-Presse on January 3. People used to congregate here in the hopes of catching a ray of sunshine. A mere shadow of its former self, it now lies deserted and devoid of any human presence. Villa Epicuan in Argentina used to get tens of thousands of visitors every year. The hamlet in Buenos Aires province, which is around 6 hours' drive from the capital, was ideal for city dwellers seeking a rural escape. T was located on the eastern coast of Laguna Epicuan, a picturesque lake with pristine waters close to the Tropic of Capricorn. Photographs taken at the time show revelers sitting on the beach, with their feet in the ocean, oblivious to the town's impending doom. An unusual weather pattern devastated the region and ruptured a neighboring dam on November 6, 1985, bringing about that end of the world. People began to flee as the once thriving town eventually submerged. The history of Villa Epicuan is peculiar. It wasn't some quaint little village either. In fact, it wasn't even established until 1920. An Englishman identified a cash cow in the region and established tourism around it. He leased the property and advertised the lake as a place of healing. His network of Italian funders provided scientific evidence supporting this assertion, and the resort quickly became a popular destination for Argentinians. The striking resemblance to the Dead Sea attracted many Jewish tourists from the capital. It surpassed all other bodies of water in salinity by the 1930s. The mineral-rich waters of the lake attracted an ever-increasing number of visitors in the 1960s and 1970s, when its popularity skyrocketed. Many people turned to it for relief from rheumatism, skin problems, and even diabetes thanks to its healing effects. The Ferrocarril Sarmiento rail service, which began in Buenos Aires and stopped at Epicuan in 1972, did much to boost tourism. The town's summer attendance peaked at 20,000 people. Hotels, museums, a bus terminal, and even a hippodrome emerged to accommodate those individuals. After then, precipitation began in November 1985. A great deal. For a time, it appeared as though the rain would never end. The precipitation itself wasn't a cause for concern, but the damage it was causing to the landscape was. The water levels rose at an alarming rate due to the provincial governor's years of incompetence. On November 6, 1985, a dam that had been constructed in 1978 to prevent such catastrophes was finally breached. With a rise of 1 centimeter every hour, the water tide was practically unstoppable. By the end of the second week, the water had risen 3 meters. One of the few long-term residents of the hamlet, Norma Berg, was just 19 years old when the deluge hit. The water was up to our ankles when we woke up. We gathered all of our belongings and departed. The village is now under government protection, but she told The Independent that everyone thought it would be temporary. Months of preparation had gone into the forthcoming summer season. New fixtures and renovations had been a significant investment for many. Those fortunate enough to be able to do so packed every last item in their homes. There was no comeback for Villa Epicuan. But in 2009, a native son named Pablo Novak, who was born in 1930, came back. The town's sole resident is the 93-year-old today, returning to his devastated homeland when the water level dropped. He explained to CNN that no one had ever come around until perhaps 4 or 5 years after the storm, when the waters were still high, was completely by myself. Continuously throughout the day. After a long search, I located a bottle of whiskey that was at least 20 years old, and I sipped it all by myself. In terms of high-quality wines, they spared no effort.